Here's more wrestling news for December 18th, 2025. Your headlines for this afternoon include: Stop crying. Gunther sends cold message after Cena's final match. AEW fans erupt after controversial title match finish. WWE locker room reportedly turned on star after fast-tracked debut. Seth Rollins takes shot at WWE's current heel characters. Liv Morgan's Stalker's new legal strategy raises alarming questions, and more. The backlash following John Cena's final match went far beyond standard heel heat. Much of the outrage stemmed from WWE's decision to have Cena tap out. While fans acknowledge Gunther as a dominant force, many expected a more dignified send-off for one of WWE's all-time greats. Instead, Cena's career ended in submission, and that choice struck a nerve. And if anyone thought Gunther would show even a hint of remorse, they were sorely mistaken. Speaking with TMZ inside the ring after the match, Gunther was asked what he would say to fans who were crushed by Cena's retirement. His response was cold, dismissive, and intentionally provocative. "Stop crying, okay? Life goes on." That was just the beginning. Gunther went on to mock both Cena's legacy and the fans who embraced the never give up mantra for years, suggesting that believing it would last forever was naive. What is it in Germany? In German, we got a saying that says, everything's got an end, but a sausage has got two. So if you've been naive enough to think that all of that never give up stuff is going to hold up forever, then yeah, blame yourself. You've been naive enough. Later in the interview, the ring general shifted his focus to what he views as fan hypocrisy, pointing out the dramatic change in how Cena has been treated over the years. All in this last run that Cena had, especially the second half of it, the connection people had to him is just amazing. I think I've never seen something like that before. But it's also funny when you think back, like 10, 15 years ago or something like that, maybe even longer. He was the most hated guy on the whole roster. He was a babyface, but he went out there and he got booed wherever he went. People complained that he got shoved down their throats and whatever. And here we are, 10, 15 years later, and people act like that never happened. And now they all love him. Bit hypocritical if you ask me sometimes. With those comments, Gunther made it clear that this was never meant to be a fairy tale ending. He didn't just retire John Cena, he dismantled the nostalgia surrounding him. Although nothing has been officially confirmed, dirt sheets are reporting that John Cena could be headed for a WWE Hall of Fame induction as early as next year. Whether fans see the moment as disrespectful or an unfiltered dose of reality, one thing is undeniable: Gunther has drawn a hard line between eras, and the WWE Universe is still grappling with the fallout. The main event of Collision Holiday Bash saw AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, defend their titles against the Bang Bang Gang, represented by Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. The matchup was the direct result of last week's events, where Robinson pinned Harwood, earning his team a shot at the gold and intensifying an already heated rivalry. The bout began at a measured pace with both teams feeling each other out. Momentum started to shift once Austin Gunn found his rhythm, but FTR, assisted by Stokely Hathaway at ringside, quickly resorted to distractions to regain control and tilt the match in their favor. Despite the interference, Juice Robinson fought back with a surge of offense, flooring both Harwood and Wheeler and swinging the match toward the challengers. Robinson appeared to have the titles within reach when he pinned Harwood, and the referee counted to 3, only for Harwood to get his foot on the bottom rope at the very last moment. The decision sparked immediate outrage from the crowd, who erupted into loud bull chants in response to the near finish. Amid the chaos, FTR seized the opening. They neutralized Gunn by sending him out of the ring, isolating Robinson in the process. Harwood then locked in a leg submission, forcing Robinson to tap out and securing the victory. What did you think of the finish? Was FTR's win smart championship strategy, or did the Bang Bang Gang get robbed? Sound off in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The line between hero and villain has never been thinner in today's wrestling landscape, and getting fans to truly hate you is no easy task, and Seth Rollins isn't sugarcoating it. Speaking during an appearance on Games with Names, the WWE star broke down why playing the villain today isn't as straightforward as it once was. According to Rollins, heels in past eras understood exactly who they were and leaned into it without hesitation. Today's wrestlers, however, often struggle with that self-awareness. Back in the day, the old guys didn't care. They all knew they were rotten, so they didn't care, Rollins explained. Nowadays, I think everyone sees themselves in a way that they've got no flaws. They don't want to admit that they've got these types of tendencies inside of them. That disconnect, Rollins says, makes it difficult for the performers to fully commit once the cameras are rolling. To truly succeed as a heel, he believes wrestlers have to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. It's hard for them to then become that character when it's time. You have to take an honest look at who you are, understand that we've all got good and bad inside of us, and you'll have to be unafraid to find those rotten parts of you and figure out how to manifest them into a character live on screen. At the same time, Rollins admitted that provoking a reaction from fans has never been easier, thanks largely to the modern online culture. It's much easier in 2025 to be a bad guy than it is to be a good guy. Everybody wants to hate everything. No one wants to get online and talk about how much they love something. They just want to get online and complain about anything they can find. So it's so easy to troll people, to mess with people. That environment has created a strange advantage for heels where even mistakes can work in their favor. You can do no wrong as a bad guy. You can mess up your promos. You can screw up in the ring. Doesn't matter. They'll boo you for it, and then you're gold. Rollins' comments highlight a modern paradox in wrestling. While fans are more self-aware than ever and know the performance is scripted, the role of the villain still demands authenticity, perhaps now more than ever. Do you agree with Seth Rollins' take? Is real heel heat still possible in today's wrestling landscape, or has the concept fundamentally changed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The pro wrestling world has seen troubling stalker cases before, and this is another disturbing example of a fan going far beyond acceptable boundaries. Sean Chan is charged with 1 count of interstate domestic violence involving WWE star Liv Morgan, with his trial currently scheduled for January 12, 2026. However, that date may change. On December 17th, a U.S. District Court in Florida asked both prosecutors and the defense to confirm whether the date still works, as new legal developments could delay the case. A court filing on December 14th revealed that the defense plans to pursue an insanity defense. This means Chan's legal team may argue that he was not mentally capable of understanding his actions at the time. When an insanity defense is raised, courts typically order detailed psychological evaluations by mental health experts from both sides. As a result, prosecutors may request more time, which could push the trial beyond January. Court records state that Chan traveled from Scarborough, Ontario to Orlando, Florida on May 26th, the same day he received his passport. He told customs officials he planned to stay at the WWE Performance Center, even though it does not provide housing. 4 days later, he allegedly traveled to Morgan's home, circled the property, entered through the backyard, attempted to access the front door, and remained there for several hours. The complaint says Chan handled an air pellet on Morgan's porch and left a handwritten note with his name, address, and phone number. WWE security later identified him through surveillance footage and contacted authorities. Chan was arrested by the FBI on June 3rd, indicted on June 25th, and remains in federal custody. He faces up to 5 years in prison, though the trial date is now considered tentative. Braun Strowman isn't shy about how rocky his WWE start really was, and he says some of the locker room straight up hated him for it. The monster among monsters sat down for a conversation on Something's Burning, where he opened up about how his sudden rise to the main roster in 2015 rubbed a lot of people in WWE the wrong way. According to Braun, the leap from developmental to live TV wasn't gradual, it was instant. And unlike most new talents who grind through NXT, Strowman bypassed that path completely with just 4 matches. So I did 1 dark match in NXT, and then I did 3 house shows with NXT. We were the only 4 that skipped NXT, The Club, Gallows Anderson, and AJ Styles, when they came in. That fast-tracked promotion triggered serious resentment backstage. Many in the locker room saw Strowman as an outsider who hadn't earned his spot, and they didn't hide their feelings as they hated him. So we skipped NXT and kind of went straight to the main roster, which was really wild for me because, like I said, coming in, I wasn't born into the business, and I didn't come through the indies. I was an outsider. I was hated. Everyone was like, this big guy and all that stuff. But what most people didn't see, Braun explained, was the grind he went through just to land an opportunity. While others saw a big man getting special treatment, he says the reality was anything but glamorous. There was always that he didn't pay his dues thing, but people didn't realize I was sleeping in my car, traveling around the world. I was North America's strongest man in 2011. I wore the Arnold Amazon. Do you think Braun Strowman was unfairly judged for skipping NXT? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. More trouble for Vince McMahon and WWE as the federal lawsuit accusing WWE, Vince McMahon, Linda McMahon, and parent company TKO of enabling and ignoring alleged sexual abuse of underage ring boys will continue after a December 2025 ruling kept most claims alive. U.S. District Judge James K. Bretter denied major defense arguments to dismiss the case, allowing allegations against WWE, TKO, Vince, and Linda to move forward while narrowing others. One plaintiff, John Doe 7, was removed from the suit, with the court granting dismissal of only his claims across multiple motions. Linda McMahon remains a defendant, but only for two plaintiffs. The case centers around long-time accusations involving former WWF ring announcer Mel Phillips, with references to Pat Patterson and Coco Beware. Judge Bretter rejected claims of lack of jurisdiction, keeping the lawsuit active as Vince McMahon faces mounting legal issues. Hearings on the alleged abuse could be the next major step. What's your take on the ruling? Sound off in the comments below. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.